Alrighty, we're going to be doing some maintenance on this Escalera Dolly forklift stair climber here. The first thing we want to talk about is the chain. Make sure that your chain is lubricated, but you want to lubricate it with something dry. This Super Slick or a Houdini is really, really good, or a Teflon would work really well too. You don't want to have something greasy on here because this can get onto people's carpet and stuff. So this needs to remain really dry because you drag this in, and if it's all greasy and you use something like a oil-based or an oil-based lubricant, it's going to grab the dirt and then it's going to make a nasty, nasty stain on their carpet. Make sure that your tires are adjusted. These bearings are starting to get a little wore out, but it is what it is. You know, there's not a whole lot we can do about it except for replace them. But there's still plenty of life left in them. Make sure they freewheel nicely. Now I will take my Ready Grease. This is red and tacky. This is basically like a wheel bearing grease in an aerosol can by Lucas. It is freaking amazing. So this is where you want to very, very sparingly use something like this. Right in here, just a little tiny bit. Again, you don't want to have a big greasy mess that you drag into somebody's house and on their carpet. So just a tiny little bit right there around the wheel bearing, and a tiny little bit over here. And that's what's really nice about this, is it doesn't go everywhere. It's a nice tacky grease. Okay, you don't want to make it so it's going to drip and ball up and get on somebody's furniture. Okay, so you can hear that difference right there. Very, very nice. Just a little tiny dab, like so. Grab a picture. Okay, and then your adjustment to make sure that these chains are very tight is right here. So if they're not tight, your adjustment's right here to space that out, and that's going to stretch the chain out. You can see there's almost no play in that. These are your lifeline. You want to make sure that they stay nice and tight. Again, I'm going to use this with a straw, and I'm going to make absolute sure that no lubrication gets on this belt. If this belt behind here gets lubricated, it's going to slip and it's not going to get the traction, and you're not going to go anywhere. So I'm going to show you here. We'll start on this side. I'm just going to do right here. I'm going to use the straw really light, really light. Okay, okay, and then on the bottom, away from the belt. Okay, and then this belt over here is also another sliding component. So I'm actually going to put some lubrication on this because we want this to slide. We want movement here. Okay, this is where we want some movement and some action. Okay, so I'm going to do that. Slide that sucker around. See how stiff it was, and then it starts moving. And this is all going to dry up. This lubrication is all going to dry up. It's not going to leave a nasty, nasty film on here. That's why we're using it. Again, a Teflon spray would be really nice, but we're using what we've got. And then again, I'm going to switch hands and get this away from the drive belt. Okay, and get a little in here, a little in here, a little here. Away from the drive belt. And then I'm going to also, you can see this one's really stiff. I can barely move it. It's just chunky and crunchy right now. So we're going to lubricate this because this is supposed to slide and supposed to move. Get this thing all lubricated up. And now look at it. Okay. Moves very nice. All the rollers start moving again. Okay, I'm not going to point the straw in the direction of the belt. Okay, so make sure that's all rolling really nice, slick. This one's moving nice. Might give this one an extra shot here. Okay, very nice. And then finally, we've got some belt conditioner or belt dressing. This is going to make the drive belt sticky. Okay, so this is what we want for here. You don't want to get any of this on the chain. So we really, really, really have to be careful. None of this on the chain, none of the lubrication on the belt. Okay, and I'm going to spray the whole wheel down. And this is basically going to make that belt super, super sticky. Okay, then I'm going to run the machine. Ooh, we're not hooked up. Crap. And this is a good time to check all your connections. Obviously we have a bad one here, so I'm going to hook that up. Alrighty, so make sure all your connections are nice and tight. And then you can see right now you can get an idea of how this all works. So I'm going to go ahead and run this while I spray this down, but I need both hands to do so. Just do an overall inspection of everything, your electrical connections, make sure that all your bolts and stuff are tight around the solenoids, and do an overall check. I mean, these things get beat up, you know. They rattle around in the trailer. Just make sure that if you take care of your equipment, it'll take care of you back. So lubrication and some belt dressing, and making sure that your adjustments, the adjustment for this is also right here. We also adjusted that, so that's pretty tight. Okay, we don't want any belt slippage. So for more information, check out the website below. Thanks for watching.